Hello and welcome to Race Car Fabrication and Restoration. I'm Ronnie Humphrey as always. Thanks for joining me today. Well, we got a little bit of work done on the Pontiac. Let's get you up to speed, so ride along with us. Well, in our last episode, we were having a little bit of fun at the Ruston, Louisiana Christmas Parade with the Bojangles truck. And that was a lot of fun. Enjoyed that, working with the store people. Earlier this week, Buddy came out and worked on the car while I was gone. We want to try to really get on a fact-finding mission. And he got so much done, I want to go back and catch up some of the videos from the highlights of what we found in his car. I still haven't worked out with the owner yet exactly how far he wants to go on the car, but we pretty much identified everything from front to back, what needs to be done to the car. So watch this few clips that we got coming up here, and it's pretty interesting, some of the stuff that we found on the car. So here we go. All right, Buddy has already started on the car here, and got lots of things we got to deal with. We know all of the stuff that was missing, like the opposite carburetor and distributor and stuff, whenever they tried to steal the part. Well, they did steal a bunch of parts off the car. We have a radiator over here. We got to do a little fab on it. This radiator is just a little bit too tall, so we're going to lower this mount here. Now, Buddy found something real interesting. I don't really like these valve covers. So when they tried to steal it, there was some jam nuts here on the bottom to hold these still. Pull the valve covers off, I was going to look at the lifters, and the nuts had fallen off, or look at the rocker arms, I should say. But that nut had fallen off, was laying down in the spring, so it's a good thing you checked that. So we're a little nervous. We're going to go ahead and probably, we're going to put the tool down there. We're going to turn this motor on the oil pump and make sure it gets oil pressure. Pull the dash out. You can see where they just clipped the wires into here. We're going to tie into this system. We can actually use part of this wiring harness and just get a hot wire, because we're going to put HEI in it. And Buddy, everything over here look okay pretty much?
Yeah, they haven't butchered this. They cut them wires on that side to steal boxes and stuff out of it.
So it'll be pretty easy.
Stole the tack.
Yeah, tack's missing, and it looks like we think the amp meter is missing. So we will fill in that other hole over there that's missing. But this also allows getting. I'm probably going to take maybe the back glass out of it too. But anyway, we'll get started here, and I do want to show you the exhaust here. We found an issue with the exhaust, so let's get up in there and let you look at that.
This one.
Holy cow!
Look here. This is the back side of this one is.
Holy cow!
And look what they've done. They've jacked the car up with the exhaust.
Yep, exactly.
And smashed everything.
Holy cow! Boy, I tell you, they got some supports in this thing. The poor show cars just get so abused. But holy cow, we got to build some exhaust for sure. Now, Bobby's thing is clean. I'll say that much.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Well, I've actually got some of this tubing a little bit. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough, but we can fix all that. So that's gonna be a chore. Another thing, not really sure about, these lines are not long enough to reach to this can support here. So we're gonna zip that off and move it back here. Or I might could make a mount off of that, even if it's a U-clamp mount. That may be what they had. They may have had a U-clamp on it, maybe. We'll cut this off, move this back. So that's, I mean, I could put longer lines on it, I guess. There's no sense in doing that. So we got to do that as well. Yeah, Buddy's already straightened this out. They had beat the coon out of this dash. So, I mean, the dash is fine. Let me get a better shot here. This is petty. January 95 when the chassis was built. I also found it on the front subframe. So this is very similar to what we had in the 88 car, the 88 Buick we did. So, so look at all that's very solid. We'll just leave it the way it is. He's already got the bad places beat out of it, so we'll just put that back in just the way it is. We may touch it up with paint.
Yeah, yeah.
But that'll be good. Not sure what's going on here with the frame. That is absolutely...
Here, that's where they've been tying it down.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's where they just pulled out of the frame. Holy cow, we got to plate that. This here's bent real bad. This needs to be pulled down the nose. See, that's all loose. All that's got to be fixed. I mean, that ain't no big deal. We're just going to plate this off. This is where the coolers went, and we will just box this off. I mean, I got some coolers that we put in there, but I don't see no need of it.
Just for a show car.
Yeah, just for a show car. Doesn't need to be done. I want to tell you something that's really interesting about this car. You see this bar here? You know, that's a safety bar added to a lot of cars. You're not going to believe this. This car ran. There is nothing under that bar. It is simply welded to the dash. I don't know how they did it. That bar is doing nothing. I don't know if I can video it up under there. I don't know if you can see that or not, but there is nothing under that bar. Now, I'm going to tell you about some other cheater stuff. Buddy was saying, he said he knows good and well. I mean, we know it was a Speedway car. This cross brace up here definitely identifies as a Speedway car, but he said that this had one of the thinnest windshields that you would ever see in a car. What that was, that thing would actually cup. That just give you more downforce as the thing flexed a little bit. So pretty wild. As Buddy said, Richard's car could get away with some of this stuff, but there is that center bar. See, there's nothing. That's crazy. Crazy. All right, while we're on cheating stuff, when Buddy took the dash out, well, for those of you who don't know, this is a brake bias adjuster. This was hidden up under the dash of the car. So they could adjust the brake bias from front to rear, I'm sure. I don't know how. We have to look at the pedal and see. But
it's on the pedal.
Yeah, okay, so it's on the pedal. So they, again, totally tucked up under the dash so you couldn't see it. Crazy. You never get away with that stuff today. Okay, back on this brake bias deal. See, the car had 2 master cylinders. Now, Buddy was saying he's positive that was not allowed back then, so I don't know. That would be obvious if you had 2 master cylinders up here, but anyway, they capped this one off. Now they got the front and rear brakes just running off this 1 master cylinder there. But you can see the split pedal down there. So, anyway, you see, but the cable ran across and was actually hidden up under the dash over there. Now, I've been in some racetracks where you could have one in there, but it couldn't be within driver's reach. And I got to do some research on that. It's possible that NASCAR allowed it, but as long as the driver couldn't get it. But then, like me and Buddy, somebody come in a pit stop, you could put some brake bias. You better make sure you turn it in the right direction or you're going to make it worse. Interesting stuff. I want to do a little research on that. We decided we're going to go ahead and pull this intake back off. And after Buddy found that nut loose floating over in the valve train, we want to make darn sure there's not anything in the valley, or most importantly, sitting on top of the piston. So we want to take this intake back off, and we will spin it and look at it. I got to get a battery in it. Of course, we got to get a lot of wiring to do first, but we can turn them over by hand for that matter. Just roll it over, make sure there's not anything on top of the piston. Because this is just a dead stock little 350. I mean, it's just a little Vortec motor, nothing at all.
Okay, this is where they had, this is for that guard they had, right. They had the nut. These are the nuts that it fell down in with the valve springs. But look at this.
Goodness gracious.
Some of them are worse than others.
Goodness gracious. Yeah.
That's why I want to spin it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just
It's possible the lifters have bled all the way off, but that's why I want to spin it over with the intake off and make sure the
yeah.
oil's in the valley and stuff's working. I don't want to start it up and hurt the motor.
Yep. Well, as you can see, we've got a lot of issues we've got to address on this Pontiac Grand Prix. I'm going to get with the owner hopefully later this week, and we will find out what he wants to do. We had to tear it down to this level so we could figure out what all's wrong. I'm very concerned about the motor. I think it should be okay. It should run. We know it was running at one point, so we want to go ahead and pull the intake back off, as we said, and go ahead and make sure the motor's clean and before we start putting stuff back together, because we do not want to crank that thing up and have something on top of the piston. That would not be good. So we're going to go ahead and look at that, as well as some other things we got to go over with the owner as well, see exactly what level he wants to do. So appreciate you guys watching as always. Don't forget to hit that like button, that subscribe button. We'll see you next time on Race Car Fabrication and Restoration. God bless you. Take care.